We met in a way that felt like the universe was playing a joke on us. Wrong place, wrong time, but somehow, right person. The first year was everything you see in movies. Hand-holding, late-night talks, thinking about each other when we were apart. We were obsessed, and we thought that obsession would last forever. It didn't. Somewhere around year 2, something shifted. Not dramatically, not with a fight, just quietly. The texts became shorter. The calls became fewer. We stopped asking how was your day and started assuming. We stopped looking at each other and started looking at our phones. And then came the silence. Not the comfortable silence, the kind where you can sit together and just be. No, this was the loud silence. The one where you're in the same room, but miles apart. The one where you feel alone even though someone is right next to you. I remember one night clearly. We were sitting on the couch, both awake, both scrolling, neither speaking. And I thought to myself, is this what love becomes? Two people who used to be everything to each other, now just existing in the same space. That thought haunted me, but instead of talking about it, I buried it. And so did they. That's the thing about relationships. The problems don't appear overnight. They grow, like weeds. Small at first, then suddenly they take over everything. By month 8, we weren't just distant. We were strangers who shared a bed. We had conversations that were purely logistical. Did you pay the bills? What do you want for dinner? I'm tired, let's talk tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. And then came the fight. It wasn't about anything big. It was about dishes. Of all things, dishes in the sink. But it wasn't really about dishes. It was about every unspoken word, every ignored feeling, every moment we chose silence over honesty. And in the middle of that fight, she looked at me and said, I don't even know who you are anymore. And I said, maybe that's because I don't know who I am anymore either. That stopped us both. Because it was true. We had lost ourselves. And when you lose yourself, you lose the ability to love someone else. That night, we didn't sleep. We sat on the floor of our kitchen, the same kitchen where we used to cook together and laugh, and we just talked. Not about the dishes. Not about who was right. About us. She told me she felt invisible. I told her I felt like a failure. She said she missed when I used to look at her like she was magic. I said I missed when she used to look at me like I was enough. And for the first time in months, we cried together. Not at each other. Together. That was the turning point. Because here's what I learned that night. Love doesn't die in one big moment. It dies in 1,000 small silences. And it can only come back if you're willing to break those silences. We didn't fix everything that night. We didn't wake up perfect. But we woke up honest. And that honesty became the foundation for something new. We started doing small things again. Leaving notes. Sending random texts during the day. Asking real questions and waiting for real answers. We started choosing each other, not just loving each other. Because love is a feeling. But choosing? That's a decision. And decisions are what last. Today, we're not the same people who met years ago. We're different. Wiser. More broken in some ways, but more whole in others. We still fight. We still get on each other's nerves. He still leaves his socks everywhere. I still take too long to get ready. But now, when silence comes, we break it. When distance appears, we close it. When we feel lost, we find each other. Because that's what real love is. Not never falling apart. Always finding your way back. If you're in a relationship right now and it feels hard, I see you. It is hard. But hard doesn't mean broken. And difficult doesn't mean doomed. Talk. Even when it's scary. Even when you don't have the words. Even when you're afraid of what you might hear. Because silence is louder than any fight. And honesty, even when it hurts, is the only way back to each other. We almost lost everything. But we chose to stay. And that made all the difference.